people tend to shy away from it. Of course, we have successful marriages that have two entertainers in it. You know, has it been for you?
Initially, I didn't want to be with an actor. But when you have a friend that's been there and he's constantly said to you, this is what I want with you, then you turn around and say, hope God is not trying to bless me and I'm saying I don't want to marry an actor, then I'll shy or stop it. So I gave it a try. And marrying an actor was good. Marrying an actor was good in the sense that we both understood the job, and there's so many things I wouldn't have to explain to him. So yeah, it was good, and if mine didn't work out doesn't mean other people their relationships won't work out. But yeah, because when I got married, I think I did my court marriage on a Wednesday, something like that. And I was on my way to court, and the director called me and said, you have to be on set today. Moni, Kojo, it's not poor. I'm going to court to go and read. And he begged and begged, and I said, it's not possible. So okay, after court, will you come? I said, how can I come? How can you leave marriage and go straight to set? Is it possible? And he was like, oh, this actor has to travel, they have to do this, they paid for this and that and that. I said, okay, you know what? Call my husband and tell him, ask him. And he said, okay, I was going to drive over to your house the next morning, which is the Thursday, and I'm going to beg, grovel as possible, if possible, beg him to just let you come for a couple of hours. And I said, okay. If you agree, no, I'm not going to make decisions for myself. And he did. And before the guy even said, I beg, my husband was like, yeah, no problem. So if he was a banker or a doctor, the person would say, is your wife on set, right? You know, that kind of response would have come. But he was like, yeah, you should go. So I was like, okay. Yeah, so I guess that those kind of things happen. So you're at a liberty at your job, you're at liberty at what you do. Yeah. So it was good marrying if you're an actor. Makes sense. Some
so
people
would you
can't.
say there were mistakes you made, or there were lessons learned, obviously?
Of course, mistakes made how? Where? In the marriage or in the marriage? Of course, you make mistakes. I cannot be perfect. I'm Yvonne. I'm not Angel Gabriel. I can't be perfect. I made loads of mistakes, uncountable billions of mistakes that could have been overlooked or corrected. But here we are today. I've learned my lessons. I learned from the experience, and it will not happen again. Such mistakes won't happen again.
Was it worth it for you to go back into it?
To go?
Was it worth it while it lasted?
Very dear. Have you seen my boy? He is a blessing. So yes, it was worth it. And the times to share together, yeah, were nice. Were nice when the journey was sweet. I wouldn't trample on those times and say, oh, it was bad the whole time. So
you'd be right to say you tried again. You might try it again.
Right now I'm just focusing on my child. If and only if somebody wants to go down that line again with this crazy old lady, then I might consider it. But right now, that energy.
You recently changed your name from Yvonne Jegede Fawale to Yvonne Jegede on Instagram.
I am Yvonne Jegede, so that they can follow me on Instagram. Get the name right. I am Yvonne Jegede.
Okay, and that has, sparked of speculations about your marital status and the situation of things, between yourself and your husband, Mr. Fawole, aka Bounce. What is really, really the situation of things?
The situation of things, you mean as right now?
As right now, yes.
Right now, we're not living together,
Okay.
and we're not living as husband and wife. We're not husband and wives anymore.
Okay.
And I would say, should I say mutual agreement? Although it's not, it's to go our separate ways. I think it's I know it's mutual. I believe it's mutual. So it didn't work out. It's not working out.
Were there complaints from your side or from his side? Were there things you didn't do right or things you found out you're not comfortable with living with him?
You can say that, but when two people have lived together as husband and wife, and you have issues like this, you will hear complaints from both sides. I have my own complaints. I have my own issues that I am dealing with, and I don't see the relationship or the marriage going beyond where we got to, and we had to call it quit.
Was this decision before the birth of Xavier or after the birth of Xavier?
We started having the issues before the birth of Xavier. I think I was about 2-3 months pregnant when the issues came and got worse. Maybe the issues came, there was never a low moment. It just kept going up and up and up and up. And it got worse and got bad. And today, here we are.
Was he with you all through the delivery and after the birth?
Nope. As a matter of fact, he wasn't. And there was no sign of him being interested, which is what got me on my own side really got me thinking. He wasn't there physically, emotionally, and at that stage I was very tender, very vulnerable, and he wanted, the care, concern. I didn't get any of that. It was basically like I got myself pregnant. So, things just couldn't get better. I was the one who was pregnant. He had the hormones raging. So I guess maybe that's why he wasn't willing.
Was there a third party?
Third party, no. There was no third party, but he was listening to people. Or let me not say people, a friend. Or somebody who was always talking to him and telling him what to do. And that friend of his was my friend before. And I guess I wasn't in the country. They will hang out and we're getting along as friends. And that was it.
But it wasn't anywhere near an affair?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't an affair. They're just friends, but the friend had a strong hold on him.
And you had no reasons why your friend would have a strong hold that much on your husband.
Well, she was cool with me. I was cool with her. And we were buddies, like real buddies, more like family friend, so to speak. And he got really comfortable with her because I introduced them, meet my friend. So we go over there, hang out, chill, and then.
I totally understand. I mean, for the sake of the young man in between both of you, there are limitations to what you can say, But has it been for you coping after this whole drama? Being all by yourself and your baby all through. I mean, after the baby and you're back in the country and you're still with yourself.
I'm still by myself, and I'm a very strong person, even if nobody says it to me. I know what I go through, and I know how I handle my situation, my businesses. I would say there's never been a down moment. There's never been a time that I sat down and I cried and I felt the world is against me. I'm doing fine. I've never regretted anything in my life, not even this, not especially with Xavier. So I'm good. I've been literally by myself since maybe April, because I think I got pregnant in January. I think I noticed that I missed my period in January. So since then till April when I moved out, I moved out in April, till today, it's not felt like there was a marriage. It doesn't feel till whatever. It's not felt like I was ever married. It's just been me by myself through the whole process. And when I saw the publication that he wasn't sure of his child, that is why he didn't post the pictures online. He wasn't sure? Who did he say that to? I don't know who he said that to, but you know how this world is. When you meet somebody, you talk to the person, and you realize this person is not so bad. Then you remember all the bad things you have heard about the person, and you just start to unleash. So I've gotten to hear some stuff, and when I got married, it wasn't like I got pregnant and I just came out and say, mo gbàdúrà, ma, I'm now pregnant. No, we went to look for a child. We sought medical help. He came up one day and said, I have this friend who has this doctor contact we can go to, and he helped them and he can help us. And I said, let me wear my shoe, let me follow you. So we went October, November, December, went 3 times. In January, boom, I wasn't seeing my monthly cycle. And I was in Dubai, so I called him, like 2 days I was there. I was like, I should have seen it yesterday, it's not coming. Okay, when I come back in a week time, we'll do a test, we'll do a home test, and to be sure before I go to the doctor and tell him, thank you, sir, you don't enter. So I came back, we did that, went to the hospital, and things just drastically, for some reason, just changed. Everything just changed.
After you got pregnant?
Yeah, slowly. It was getting worse by the day. I think what prompted me to move out was I was in the house with him for almost 3 weeks. We weren't talking. We weren't speaking to each other. And I didn't have room to complain, because if I did, it would be your hormones. And from time, I've never been the type that knows how to keep malice. Because I can't be in the house with you. It's just two of us. And I want to say, do you see what this big head posted on Instagram? And I cannot say it to you. I'm not wired like that. So I usually would be the first person to come out and say, oh, hi, what's up, boo? I want to cook rice. Are you interested? And then usually breaks the ice between us if like we have a little bit of, But I was pregnant. I wasn't. I would be irritated even by somebody 2 streets away who has a cologne on. I could smell it from here, I could smell the trash from 3 streets away. In fact, the ones in Oshogbo, I could smell them. So I was not in that situation where I could really control myself. But I found myself getting upset with some certain things. And my husband was even more angry than I would be angry. And he was not helping things. And all of a sudden, it just felt like, boom, we're not talking. And then, boom, a week going by, 2 weeks. And he started irritating me when my little friend of mine came over to stay for 2 weeks. And he would walk past me and say, oh, babe, I just bought stuff. Do you want to make stew for me? I'm going to the gym. And she was there for the first date, second. And she walks up and she's like, sis, why is he talking to me and he's not talking to you? I'll be in the living room, I'll have my legs on the chair, I'm like, okay, make this stew for him. And I'll put my eyes on the TV. And initially I thought I could handle it, but I couldn't. So I just packed my stuff and I said, okay, you know what, I'm pregnant. I need somebody to take care of me. And I moved to my parents' house. And I said, okay, where they know how to take care of pregnant women, the pepper soup and all that comes with it. And that's how we found ourselves here.
And you're certain there was no extramarital affair from any side?
No. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's doubting me, I don't know. But I'm very certain about myself. Not even at the time where I was trying for pregnancy. I never even did it before I got married. Well, we're cool. I didn't do it about a year after we were married. So I wouldn't do it when we were trying to have a baby. Like I said, it took us 2 months, about from October to January, almost 4 months. So it wouldn't have been in that era. So for me, I'm very clean. And for him, I didn't see him. There was no text message, nothing, none of that, no. So, but I don't know.
So would it be right to say he wasn't just okay with you getting pregnant again after going through the process with you?
He should have said, He should have said if he wasn't. It's not like I was going to take my baby away. Hello. But he should have said. Then I would have known what the issue was. Till today, there's no communication. We don't speak. And
when you read that publication that says you probably said the baby wasn't his or something, you didn't think of asking him or calling him and discuss about it?
No, I didn't call him. I only reach out to him when I feel the need to. I didn't feel, because he knows Xavier is his son. He's 100% sure Xavier is his son. But who did he speak to? Who are the sources, the multiple sources that was publicized at the time that told the blog? I don't know. He's been to the house a couple of times, twice, I would say.
After Xavier's birth?
Yes, after we got back to the country, he's come to see his son twice. And he has pictures of him and his son in his phone that I personally took. So why he's not posting them, maybe his personal reasons, I don't know. Maybe he's not like me that wants to show it to the world. Maybe, I don't know. But is that right for people to conclude? Then that is why that I'm That's not, you don't give me name like, you don't give me a name like that. Come on. That's not right. Whoever it is that owns the blog, if I were your sister, will you put something like that? You're giving, people send me DMs and try to boo me and, oh, your husband left you because the child is not his. I'm just asking for a friend. They try to make it look like it's supposed to be a joke. Anywho, I'm here. I'm strong. And I'll just be stronger for my son. I don't have a choice. I have morals to set for him to see what the world is like, so it won't pull me back.
With all this, do you think it was a mistake?
It's never a mistake. I don't make mistakes, especially now with decisions like this. I don't make mistakes. He was a very good friend of mine before we got married. We're very cool. It wasn't like we dated like, oh, there's this guy I'm seeing. It wasn't really like that. We were very, very, very good friends. There's so much trust, so much friendship, so much laughter. And these were the things that I saw, and I wanted to enjoy it in my matrimony. Maybe love wasn't enough. Love is never enough for a marriage.
Was there anything you would have done differently? Or you will do differently if given the opportunity again?
What I will do differently is don't overlook things. Because those things that you say you're not very comfortable with, that you overlook, might be the same reason why you walk out. So I would not overlook anything. No stone is supposed to be left unturned. Ask questions. Ask. It's not like we didn't talk. We had that wee moment after the proposal. I said, okay, come, sit down, let's talk. We did it. And everything he said during that conversation, the promises, I didn't see anyone after we got married, which is not really the problem. The problem is we have a child, a beautiful son, and we have to do everything right by him.